I'm MOTHICA, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
MOTHICA, I'm super excited to finally get to talk to you about your music. I have been in the MOTHICA journey since LoveTalk back in 2018.
Oh my
And
God.
it's been incredible being able to watch how much you've evolved from LoveTalk to now. For you
Oh yeah.
personally, like what has that evolution been like and kind of like rediscovering yourself and figuring out who you are as an artist?
Oh my God. Well, that's crazy. You know that song because it was just such a random release for me. But yeah, I mean, I think all of my music journey has been me trying out different things and figuring out my sound. And it's hard when you listen to so many types of music that like I've just gone from, singing on EDM tracks to making what I make now and having rock guitar in it. And I think it's just been an identity crisis of some sort.
But I guess like during that process, you kind of get to discover your voice, what you can do and what you can't do. During that process, like, have you felt that way?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And in more like literal sense of like my voice is like, I kind of always wanted to force myself to sing more like soprano or sing differently. And I think I thought that's what I needed to do. And like over time, I've kind of realized that like maybe I don't like trying to force myself to sing these high melodies. And it's okay to have a lower singing voice. And like, so just every song I've made, I've learned, more about what is the music I actually like want to listen to and what I like to like perform too. So
What was that? What was the single that for you like made you realize this is who I am, this is my sound, this is what I want to keep doing moving forward?
ooh, it's a deep cut. You probably wouldn't know it, but I have this one song called Mark My Words it has more like brass stabs. I'm obsessed with like cinematic, like sounds like it could be in like a Marvel movie type songs. And I'm still like, I go there a little bit, but that was the first time where I was like, can I like do this for every song? Can I make every song have these like brass stabs with their like, it just, when you hear it, you'll get it. And then I was like, oh no, I can't do that. And then I'm like, wait, I actually like, I could have been doing that this whole time, but I just thought I could only make one song that sounded like that. I don't know. So that one, and then yeah, definitely the new music I've been making. I think I found my stride.
Now, did Mark My Words also kind of help you discover your songwriting and the types of material or the types of themes that you wanted to give your audience?
Probably not that song. That one was more when I back when I didn't ever write with anybody in the room. So I would kind of just write free form, like whatever came out, and it would not always make complete like logical sense. And now when I write songs, it's a little more like, you know, planned out and each section is thought over. And I really try to nail like a theme in the songs. But I've always wanted to get back to that because I just used to write whatever came to mind is what the song was, and I wouldn't question it. And it was fun because I would just write like so many songs in a day and just be like, well, that's what it is.
Was that the moment that you kind of learned to be so vulnerable and open with your music because you were writing without like really thinking about it?
Well, I think the switch that made me feel more vulnerable because back, you know, with that era, my old like EPs, Ashes, and before, like that was when I was, I was drinking heavily, and all of my like deeper meanings would be kind of concealed in like a metaphor. And I think after I stopped drinking and all through me trying to get sober, that's when I really started writing more honestly and more like straightforward. And it became more like there's no question what those songs are about. So my Blue Hour album and Forever 15, that's the turning point of like me really singing about everything I've been through.
What was that moment like for you when you first started to record that first vulnerable piece of music that you wrote? Did you, I mean, were you like in a moment until the recording process was happening and you're like, holy shit, like I don't know if I want to release this. This is too deep. This is too, personal.
Yes. And, the way I do sessions now is I usually have like another songwriter with me and a producer. And so sometimes like for Forever 15, I like was really nervous to like throw out that idea. And I was like, well, I have this idea for Forever 15 and like maybe like it's hard to just be like, I want to write about and like be really confident about that. And when we were recording it felt really special and was very like euphoric. And then afterwards I sat in my car and I was just so excited because I felt like I had put my feeling into a song, and it felt like I successfully did that, which is I think every musician's goal is to try to get what's in your brain into the sound waves. So if anything, I felt very like relieved, and it felt really good.
You released a song like Casualty most recently, and
yeah,
you have, the team behind Casualty is not only artists that like we grew up listening to when we were feeling, down, or like we had all this anger, like Papa Roach, but then you also have like a new producer, Doc, who's also been working with a lot of these musicians that are, speaking up about these subject matters that are really, really difficult for a lot of us to like really like put in front of us. What was that experience like for you particularly during Casualty, and like having this kind of team around you? I feel like that must have been like the most comfort you've ever experienced.
Yeah, well, so the Papa Roach, they weren't there when we were writing the song. In fact, it was kind of like a song that they were going to use for their upcoming or their new album that just came out. And Doc was kind of like, oh, well, I think we could probably write over this. So me and an artist, American Teeth, if you know him, we wrote Casualty in like a couple hours. And then it was only afterwards when we were like figuring out all the specifics that, I got to meet Papa Roach. I got to meet Jacoby Shaddix and do a little carpool karaoke with him for his channel. And that was like really crazy. And I don't think they've posted the video, but I listened to Scars with him. And I was transported back to like hearing that song growing up in Oklahoma. Like that was all over the radio. And like it's so, especially now as like someone who's gone through struggles with like, self-harm and stuff like that, like hearing it as an adult with him in the car, it was very crazy. So that song like led me to gain to meet, them, which was so amazing. And yeah, that was like, it's funny that song, we ended up I ended up not having it mixed or mastered. I just put out the day one demo. That's what we ended at the end of the day. And I was like, I don't want to mess with the sauce. Just put it out. And so it's special.
That's amazing though, because you give us like the, that original, that raw emotion on this track. During the action.
He did do his own mixing on it for sure, but we kept trying to redo it, and I was like, no, just it's fine.
For this song in particular, what was your proudest moment during the creative process?
Yeah, for Casualty, working with Doc, he is like a coach. Like he was like really pushing me to get that chorus, and when I'm kind of like belting, and he was like making me like try to do it laying down, and then like trying to like do all these, picturing things. And so it was really awesome because I feel like he was trying to make the best recording and pushed me to get there. And then when I finally hit it, it was amazing. It was the like break my bloodline line. But I don't know how I will sing it live. We will figure that out, but yeah.
Maybe you have to leave that as like the encore to make sure that you're ready for it.
Yes, I'm just always hoping that people will know the lyrics. That's like my goal, is that I can sing less and everyone else but that's only happened a couple times. So
how different has it been like working with so many different producers? Like for example, with LoveTalk, you worked with what was his name? I can't Seth Anderson back in 2018. And then you've had all these other producers throughout the years. And now you work with someone like Doc and Nick Furlong. So these experiences, how have they helped you become like a better vocalist, but also a better songwriter?
yeah, I mean, I've worked with a lot of different producers, and I think it's kind of just the being in New York, being in LA, you always get to like be in these rooms with people. And I think I'm able to work with so many different producers because I always come in with a very specific idea. And I kind of am a backseat producer. But I like to like find those people that like get what I'm going for with whatever the song happens to be. But I've definitely been trying to like kind of find work with less people. And for my next project after this album, I'm hoping to kind of just have one person in it, and I think it will feel more like its own thing. But yeah, it's just like I write so many songs, and then you, I don't know, you get excited about them, and then you end up having like 6 producers on an album.
Now, jumping into your most recent single, Sensitive, what was this writing process like for you? And like, what really kickstarted the writing process for this song?
Ooh, so I came into the studio with a newer producer I've started working with named Raziel. He's very spooky, like a bat neck tattoo. Just we're totally see eye to eye. And I basically said I want to make the angriest song about being sensitive, because I just kept seeing all these songs about really empowered, and I have some songs like that, but it's a harder emotion for me to tap into, is to just be really like out there confident. And I was like, it would be so funny to have this juxtaposition. And he's a metal guitarist, and so he laid down that like insane guitar and made like this groovy bass line. And yeah, we just try to describe what it feels like to not want to like go outside. And something about me is I feel like I take things very personally, and I don't like to like admit that I'm really sensitive, but like that's why I take things so personally, you know.
Vocally, would you say there was some challenges that he had you, or he challenged you in a certain way?
Not no, but I will say the chorus it was entirely different melody, but I ended up just kind of freestyling the melody that we ended up using. That's why it was just like push me, pull me, whatever. Like I freestyled that with those lyrics, and we went for something that wasn't gonna compete with his like awesome guitar.
So I look at these singles, Casualty and Sensitive on Spotify, and they do look like they're in a body of work because they don't show up as singles. So what are you currently working on, and are these songs kind of setting the tone for whatever this project may be?
Yes. So both of those are songs from my album Nocturnal, and Nocturnal is like definitely has elements of both of those, where it's pop music, but then there's, you know, the title track has like metal breakdown and like industrial, like Linkin Park elements. And then there are some songs that are like an acoustic guitar with like the lap steel thing. And like, I just wanted to basically try to incorporate like all this music I listen to into like what it would sound like if I did it. And so the music I grew up on was a lot more like My Chemical Romance, and I was going to like metal shows, and I never let myself have that type of guitar in my music because I was like, I'm not in a band. I can't play guitar that well. So, but this album was super fun because I got to like see what I would sound like doing like a real rock anthem. And then there's still some of electronic, weird little sample, spooky, sleepy things. So I'm so excited with how it came together.
With the addition of these like metal rock guitars, would you say that they allowed you to kind of step out of your comfort zone vocally and try different ranges that you haven't hit in your previous music?
Yeah, I think it really just like brought a new energy of um like I've always wanted to try to make that style of music. And I think just the texture of, you know, the guitar and like kind of the anger of it is like really what I've wanted to have in my music. So yeah, it definitely like shifted the way I write to like have a, I don't know, have a, you know, soaring guitar, and like how would I sing over that? And I'm excited for you to hear it.
Nice. And I know a lot of artists have like their favorite or comfortable like vocal range. For you, during this process of this new album, like have you discovered what that vocal range might be?
I mean, I don't know in like musical terms, but just low. Actually, I do write a lot of songs in A minor, which is like, you know, every musician I work with thinks that's very, you know, basic. But um yeah, it's funny because, you know, it's so different when you're in a studio. You want to make the best song, and that usually means having the chorus be up here if the verse is down here. And then when you're singing live and you realize, oh, you gave yourself no space between any song, you have no instrumental sections. And so I wanted to have a little bit more of that, a little bit more of that on this album. But sometimes we'll add extra instrumental sections when we're playing live so that I can breathe.
So is the instrumental sections on music, is that really what it is? Is that a trick for you to kind of relax a little bit before you jump into the next note?
Yes, usually that, or it's like just to bring the mood. Like I performed the song RAFP, and we added this whole long intro, and I started out by saying how many days are until Halloween, and then it's just sometimes I've went and done an outfit change during that, which I actually only did it once, but very stressful. Yeah, but more instrumental sections so that yeah, I can hydrate.
Now, with this upcoming album, can we maybe expect a collaboration with LØLØ?
Oh, well, she did co-write a song on it,
Okay.
but she's not featured on it. We did just write a song together. That was really, really funny. But I would love to work with her and have a song with her come out.
What was that co-write experience like? And how do you feel like the two of you meshed when you guys were writing together?
Oh, she's great. And I've known her for a long time. You know, we used to have the same manager a few years ago, and she is an incredible writer. And I came in with this title that just felt like so us. And it was, this is the one that's not coming out, but well, I don't know, but it was called A Series of Unfortunate Events. And I feel like she's so good at writing, like kind of cynical, self-deprecating in
Yeah,
like a funny
that's like the
way.
perfect title.
Yeah. So we tried to figure out what that would be. And it ended up being a song about two girls whose their boyfriends are both cheating on them. And it was like, it was just one of those like storytelling fun songs. But yeah, I love her so much.
Well, hopefully we could get some kind of collaboration between the two of you. That would be awesome. I'd love to hear both your voices together.
Oh, yeah, I should see the song we wrote on my album, Bedtime Stories. Yeah, maybe she'll do a little remix on it and be on it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Let's put it up there.
Yeah.
Now this summer you get to kick off your summer basically with Coheed and Cambria and Dance Gavin and Dance Gavin Dance. What are you looking forward to on this tour? And for your fans, what can we look forward to?
Ooh. Um, I mean, my favorite part is always meeting fans. Like, that's so awesome. I mean, I'm opening up for two bands that have a huge following. So I don't know how many MOTHICA fans will be there. Like, I've kind of like prepared that if no one knows me, hopefully I'll like win them over. But yeah, pretty much every show on that tour is a bigger venue than I've ever played. So hopefully I'll get a little more experience performing. That's always been something I'm a little like insecure about, is performing and live shows. And it's just, I love being at home and on the internet. So I'm excited to get experience. And right now we haven't started practices yet, but I've just been gathering outfit ideas so I can really, I don't know, somehow have a cool outfit in 100-degree weather.
I mean, make sure that you get your cardio in because these stages are going to be bigger. So you're going to have to be running around.
Oh, I am. I'm on the elliptical 4 times a week. I don't know if that's really good cardio, but I've learned that the one, like I opened for Palais Royale and it was a big stage and I was out of breath the entire time walking back and forth. I'm used to being in a tiny little zone, you know, to 100 people. Like, so I'm definitely getting my cardio in.
No more stools for you on stage, right? Like,
oh yeah. I don't
think
I've ever had a stool on stage, but I do want to start. I do want to do a little acoustic moment.
Oh,
we'll see.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear your voice with an acoustic guitar, actually.
It's very rare. It's very rare that it's happened. I think I did one acoustic set in Nashville, and it's scarier to sing basically with you and a guitar, even though that's what I started out doing. But I kind of like to hide with all of my band, and they're jumping around and stuff. So they help.
You would think that it'd be scarier to be vulnerable with your lyrics as opposed to being just vulnerable with your voice.
Totally. Yeah. But I think for me, like singing, I think a little bit comes second to like my writing. And, you know, I always say like, if, you know, this didn't work out, I wouldn't be like playing like just shows, you know, or playing guitar. Like if it didn't work out, like I love the visual part of it. I love storytelling. And right now, like that's why it's just through singing, but singing is like not as natural to me. So all the like proper vocal techniques and all that is something that feels like work to me. I'm like, oh, I have to like take care of my voice. This is too much. But I think after this tour, I'll have a lot of experience and maybe I'll be really stoked about it.
Well, I'm looking forward to catching some live shows from you, and I'm looking forward to Nocturnal. Can we maybe expect this album around the time of the tour, or is this something that's still in the works?
It will be out before the tour, so June. And I'm kind of doing a song every month leading up to it, and 1 month might have 2 songs. And yeah, because there's, with everything including the interludes, there's 17 tracks on it, but only technically 13 songs. because of the interludes.
Yeah, but still,
but yeah.
you have to you have to create the interludes too. So yeah, 17
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah, and it's funny because I was like, the interludes took a lot of time. It was the thing I was probably not the most stoked on, but I had just had this vision of this. It's basically Mothman is the narrator of my interludes, and he's kind of narrating it as if my album is a sleep tape, but the music is very not relaxing. And I hope people like the interludes because we went through a lot to get it. And yeah, we ended up using like an AI voice, but no one can tell. They think it's a real Mothman.
I think you just created a character for your live shows and your music videos. So
Oh, he does exist. I haven't really revealed much of him yet. On Valentine's Day, I did a photo of me like kissing Mothman, or it's my Mothman. It's not traditional Mothman. But yeah, he'll make some appearances in the videos.
Nice. I'm looking forward to it. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to me, and I'm super excited that we finally got to do this.
Me too. I think you've interviewed everyone I listen to, like ever. Crazy.
The fact that you watched, that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. No, I was like, I know them. It's awesome.
Cool. Thank you so much. Well, I look forward to doing this again soon, and hopefully this next time will be in person. So
yeah.
Best of luck with this upcoming tour, and yeah, I'll catch you soon.
Thank you so much.